Hello, I'm Terry Garrett. This week we're starting a new project. After each presentation I give, we'll be posting a brief expository video which sums up the meat of the presentation. So even if you didn't make it to the presentation, you can still enjoy some of the legal education. This video is based on a presentation called Protecting and Connecting. We're going to focus on how you make room for baby.
The nursery's ready. Are you? Children may be our greatest treasure. Even before they arrive, we begin to protect them. When they do arrive, we often get so caught up in being parents that we forget to take some very important steps. We have all heard of medical and durable powers of attorney. Every adult Texan should consider having these. Parents can use a power of attorney for medical care and education of a minor child to allow for a caregiver to step in temporarily. The Texas Legislature has created a form. Parents can also use a declaration of guardian for a minor to name caregivers in the event of their demise. Using this document is better than naming a guardian in your will because you can easily replace it without going through the formalities required in executing a will. When we add children to our family, adding a new generation, it is time to write a will, or a new will. We should also look at the beneficiary designations on our life insurance policies, IRAs, 401ks, and other retirement plans. Who should receive them if we and our spouse are both gone? What about the family home? It is possible to pass your home on death, keeping it out of your estate and in the family even after you and your spouse are gone. And if Junior wrecks the car, you can always revoke the so-called ladybird or transfer on death deed. Shortly after handing out the cigars and adding the newest member of the family to our health insurance, we realized that our treasure is also a big expense. The first financial decision is often when to return to work. You can take up to 12 weeks unpaid leave during the first year after you adopt, provided that you give your employer at least 30 days advance notice. Generally, you must take it all in one block. If you are a key employee or your employer believes that it may not be able to hold your job for you or have an equivalent job available, your employer must give you written notice when you apply for family leave. Your employer must pay the premiums for your health insurance policy, to which you should add your child, while holding your job for you. But if you do not return, you must reimburse the company. Tax deductions and tax credits can help. Tax deductions can reduce the amount of money on which you owe taxes. Your employer may have a flexible spending account, or FSA, which includes dependent care. This is a great benefit, tax-free for your employer and deducted from your paycheck before Social Security and Medicare contributions and income tax withholding. In 2015, the standard deduction is $4,000 for each spouse and each dependent child. You do not need to itemize your deductions to claim the standard deduction. To qualify as your dependent, an adopted child must have lived with you for at least half the year. Tax credits reduce your tax bill, dollar for dollar. For 2015, the child tax credit is $1,000 per child who is under 17, living with you for more than half the year, in a two-parent family with a modified adjusted gross income under $110,000, or a one-parent family with a modified adjusted gross income under $75,000. Your modified adjusted gross income is the adjusted gross income shown at line 38 on the bottom of the first page of your income tax return, or line 22 if you file a 1040 EZ, plus the deductions for IRA contributions, student loans, and higher education deductions, foreign housing deductions, and foreign income. Homegrown or adopted in, your child depends on you. If you need someone to take care of your child so that you can work or look for work, you are eligible for a federal child dependent care tax credit until the child is 13. The credit is a percentage of your expenses up to $3,000, $6,000 for 2 or more children, less similar support received from your employer. The percentage depends on your adjusted gross income, found on line 38 of the 1040 or line 22 of the 1040 EZ. For example, if your adjusted gross income is $43,000, you can deduct 20% of your childcare expenses up to $3,000 for one child, or $6,000 for 2 or more. Information on calculating the child care credit is available in IRS Publication 503, Child and Dependent Care Expenses. But if you do receive support from your employer, you can exclude up to $5,000 of dependent care benefits according to line 11 of Form 2441. This year, in 2016, there is a proposal to increase the amount for care of children under 5. Remember, if you hire someone and pay them on a regular basis, the occasional babysitting doesn't count, you should consult IRS Publication 926, Household Employers Tax Guide. Although the Earned Income Tax Credit is on the chopping block, it is not gone yet. The Earned Income Tax Credit is a benefit for working people with low to moderate income. If you do not owe any tax or are not required to file it, it reduces the amount of tax you owe and may give you a refund. Children include foster and stepchildren under 19, or if a full-time student under 24, or if permanently and totally disabled of any age. The child must have resided with you for at least half the year. The credit is based on your adjusted gross income, the dollar amount found on line 38 at the bottom of your 1040 federal tax return, or on line 22 if you file the 1040 Easy federal tax return. You've heard it said that having a child changes your life. It does. Having the right legal documents can make it easier. Knowing the legal and tax benefits that are available to families can keep a lot more money in your family's pocketbook. For more information on how to make room for a baby in your family's legal life, please feel free to check out our website at www.elderlawaustin.com or give the Garrett Law Firm PLLC in Austin, Texas a call at 512-800-2420.